we have the agenda of what are we going to be practicing this on this presentation. So we have the introduction presentation, we have a warm-up, we have content development, we have practice exercises, and we have a conclusion. Introduction. In the action of learning ESL, English as a second language, we have to maintain proper continuity on the different topics, activities, and learning processes in order to successfully and correctly acquire the knowledge. Amongst all the different topics that are intended to explain our limits of the language, we have the compound sentence, a tool which, if we weren't using it, we wouldn't be able to answer correctly when having debates, conversations, and discussions. Now we have a warm-up that is two truths and a lie. Each one of the present students will say three things about themselves, but one of them will be a lie. And as we have an example, in my case, I can say that I have a friend who lived in Japan, my father worked for the Brazilian government, and the third one is that I'm trying to get a perfect score in my TOEFL test.
The compound sentences. What is a compound sentence? A compound sentence is a sentence that connects two independent clauses, typically with a coordinating conjunction like and or but. They are best for combining two or more self-sufficient and related sentences into a single unified one. Compound sentences give you reading a faster pace and unit related ideas together, but they have a few more extra rules than standard sentences. Unlike simple sentences, with a linear structure and direct meaning, compound sentences allow more complex set of ideas to be approached and expressed in the same proportion. This is possible by integrating two or more simple sentences, that is, two or more predicates. They are the most common form of everyday speech, since they reflect the complexity of a framework of thought in a more or less rapid way. Composed sentences are easy to identify because they usually use a coordinating conjunction, which you may remember as fanboys. F is for, A is N is nor, B is but, O is or, Y is yet, and S is so. Examples: for, I go to the library, for I love to read. And Anna likes to read and write. Nor, the virus cannot live in immunized individuals nor in nature. But she objected at first but finally submitted. Or, you're going to have a little brother or sister. The weather was cold yet bright and sunny. So, I must be tired, so I will let you rest. However, compound sentences can also use a semicolon to connect two clauses, in which case no conjunction is necessary. Commas and punctuation in compound sentences. When creating compound sentences, there are two punctuation rules to keep in mind. Number 1. Place a comma before the coordinating conjunction. Number 2. If you're not using a coordinating conjunction, place a semicolon between each clause. As always, you use a lowercase letter to start the second independent clause. Since compound sentences are single sentences, only the first letter of the first clause is capitalized. Mastering the punctuation rules is crucial for creating compound sentences. Without them, your sentence becomes a dreaded run-on sentence. In writing, run-on sentences are not only grammatically incorrect, but also they are difficult for your reader to understand.
Using a semicolon, semicolons come a handy when linking independent clauses to their function as coordinating conjunction, especially and subject and sub. I love my dog and never go anywhere without her. Pauline is late for work. They both want to talk to her. Salmon is delicious. It's good for you too. Example of compound sentences. Alex likes to fix he's going fishing on Friday. Alex likes to fix and he's going fishing on Friday. Becky wish she could be younger. Everyone else in the program is her age. Becky wish she could be younger. For everyone else in the program is her age. Type of compound sentences and their rules. Compound sentences are classified according to the procedure used to construct them as follows. Juxtaposed sentences formed by two or more sentences linked only by punctuation marks, no links. Each part of the sentence is independent of the others. They present a descending intonation. Example: the children ran through the park. They were between 7 and 8 years old. Coordinate sentences made up of clauses independent of each other, can work separately, have the same level of importance, involve elements of the same category, can be interchangeable in terms of the order of the sentences. Example: Jose was painting the house while Carlota cooked lunch. Subordinate sentences. There is dependency between the sentences that compose of a main sentences or nucleus and a secondary sentences. Example: the book which you recommended to me I did not like.
Hi, my name is Wilmer Hernandez, and today I will talk about practice exercise 20 exercise. It has been a fun time, but I need to move on. I learned a bit of woodwork, but I need to learn more. The job was too difficult, yet I decided to try it. It has not been that much time, but I feel nostalgic already. You may be missing here, or perhaps you are not. I don't have any lover, nor I have feeling for anyone at this moment. She needs more concentration and more sleep time as well. They need to listen to others, but they never do. You had no time for fun, yet you went out with friends. He doesn't like vegetables, but he loves fruit. They were not here on time, but they had a just justification. The pain is unbearable, but I cannot stop here. The race was hard for me, was a big change. Glasses can protect your eyes, but they will hurt your welfare. You can help us here, or get out and don't get in your way. We lost the competition, but we had a great time. I want to make more friends, yet I restrain myself in my house. I love fancy food, so I like going to restaurants. You want to improve your skill, but you don't, and you do not do anything about it. I don't know. You are tired, so I cook dinner.
Conclusion. Word up activity. Identify the correct compound sentences and underline with blue color the conjunction, and write in correct form the others. Example. They were not here on time, but they had a justification. You can see the comma and you can see the conjunction. The conjunction is but. You complete the next sentences. The pain is unbearable, but I cannot stop her. The race was hard for me, was a big change. It was not been that much time, but it feels nostalgic already. You may be missing her, or perhaps you are not.
The first video talked about the different uses of compound sentences. In the last supplementary resource, it is a document so that we obtain a better understanding of the sentence rules. In this video, you will learn about the compound sentence. A compound sentence is made up of 12 sentences joined by a command, a connecting word such as or, and, or both.